I'm unapologetic for my new ways. Crystals on my neck, you disrespect, I'm still gonna get your face. Pockets look like they can't breathe, that's those blue faces. Energy ain't on my frequency, put fire to a sage.
Namaste. Welcome to Truth Be Told, Credit Undercover. I am your girl, Shanice Love, and this is where we drop all the gems. So today I want to talk to you guys about charge-offs and how to actually deal with charge-offs that show up on your credit report. So first you need to understand what a charge-off is. So charge-off basically means that you were delinquent for 180 plus days, and that particular creditor decided that they were just going to throw their hands up, and they realized they're not going to get their money. So they decided to file for a credit on their taxes, basically saying, hey, we're not going to get this money. We want to file this. And so they've already gotten a tax deduction on their taxes for your particular debt. Okay. But the key point is that it had to have been delinquent for 180 plus days before they could deem it a charge-off. Now, just because something is a charge-off does not mean that that creditor has to sell the account to a collections. It can just stay on your credit report for 7 years and 180 days. So remember, it doesn't become a charge-off until it's been late for 180 days. So when it comes time to remove it, it has to have been on there for 7 years plus 180 days. Now, some companies do sell their charge-offs to collection agencies. And just because it's been sold to a collection agency does not mean that the charge-off comes off of your report. In some cases, it can show up on your report twice. One as a charge-off and one as a collection agency, and that's completely legal. The caveat is that the charge-off needs to show a zero balance, and that would be because when they sold it to the collection agency pretty much took care of that balance, and that's what they're trying to collect from you. When you are disputing charge-offs or you're dealing with charge-offs, you're going to dispute them directly with the big three: Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is you're actually going to be disputing them for what's called inaccuracies. So if there's anything about that particular entry that is not correct, that is grounds for you to dispute them. The first thing is there needs to be a last date of activity. Okay. And why that's important is because the 7 years and 180 days start as of the last date of activity. So if you look on Equifax and it has the last day of activity that's different from TransUnion, that is grounds to dispute the charge off because it's not providing consistent information across all the bureaus. Okay. So you would dispute it because the information is inaccurate and inconsistent. Now, anything that is incorrect or inaccurate about a charge off is grounds for it to be disputed. So if the name's not spelled right, if the amount is incorrect, if anything, if it has a open date that's different from any other of reports, if it has a close date that's different from any other report, if it has past due dates that are different from your other reports, meaning it shows 30 days late in August on TransUnion, but it shows 30 days late in September on Equifax, that is grounds for disputing the charge off. Now, it's going to take several cycles, right? Several attempts, several letters to get them removed. So you're going to dispute them first for that first inaccuracy, okay? And if you don't get them off then you're going to come back and you're going to dispute them for a different inaccuracy. And that's how you got to deal with charge-offs. Now, if that charge-off is showing up on your report as both a charge-off and a collection, then you're going to dispute the collection directly with the collection agency. And you're going to start from there. You always want to start with the collection piece of it and get that collection piece removed before you start to dispute the charge-off piece of it. Now, keep in mind that just because it's removed off of your report does not mean that you are no longer liable for that debt. You still are. So you got to make sure that when you are disputing these things that you understand that you may still be liable for this debt and they may show up on your credit report again. Now, if that happens, there is a law under the Fair Credit Reporting Act that talks about reinserting different debts into the credit reporting. So you got to keep up with it. But once again, a charge-off means that it's been late for 180 days. It can show up as a charge-off and a collection. But when you're disputing the charge-off, you got to dispute it directly with the credit bureaus. Now, one of the main reasons that you don't want to dispute a charge-off with the original creditor is because it's the original creditor. So anything that you would ask from that creditor, they probably have it. They probably have your signature, they have the agreement, they have the contract. So that is the reason why you never want to dispute a charge off directly with the creditor. You always want to go through the bureau. And once again, you're disputing them specifically for inaccuracies. So any information that is showing up on your credit report and they're showing up inaccurately or inconsistently, that is grounds for disputing the charge offs. Okay. And the main one being the last date of activity, because once again, the last date of activity will determine when that 7-year and 180-day time frame starts. Okay. That's it for today. Hope this tip helps. Remember, be patient. You got this, and namaste.
I'm unapologetic for my new ways. Crystals on my neck, you disrespect, I'm still gonna get your face. Pockets look like they can't breathe, that's those blue faces. In the G ain't know my frequency, put fire to a sage.